Yes.
You know, I'm not really, really good.
Thank you.
This is assistant coach Steve.
Thank you. Welcome to the Hercules Tires Sunbelt Basketball Championships. For those in the room, when you're asking a question, please remember to identify yourself and say your name and media affiliation. For those joining us via Zoom, please remain on mute and type your questions into the chat, and we'll ask them here on site. Coach, would you begin with an opening statement and introduce the players you got with you as well?
Sure. You got the backup today. Coach Foley wasn't able to make it up today. So, I want to start out congratulating Coach Donald and Monroe on a great game today. They did a great job of mixing up their defenses, and we struggled some the second half, but want to commend them on a good job today. And was very proud of our team, the way that they came back the last couple of minutes and made some big free throws and got some big stops. But definitely a hard fought game today. And I think that, when you're in tournament play, you just try to survive. And that was one thing that we were able to do today. Introduce the players. Yep. To my left here is Rozzy Potter, and to my right is Myra Casedo.
Thanks, Coach. We've got one from Mitchell Gladstone here on Zoom. Coach, why do you think the group wasn't as sharp today as you usually are, and how much of that was a product of ULM and Whittington specifically?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they did a good job of mixing up their defenses on us, and the first half felt like we were, getting some things pretty good, but the second half we missed a couple of shots early, sort of got ourselves forcing it a little bit, and then they just kept staying with us. And then Whittington, we had a hard time stopping her, and that kept them in the game.
One for the student athletes, this being kind of the start of March Madness, the start of tournament play. What was it experience like being here in Pensacola at a neutral site and having that tournament experience?
So far, it's a great experience, even though we've just begun. And like Coach said, that they played a really good game. It's like you said, March Madness, anything's expected. So, and our coach was telling us also the first game of the tournament is always the hardest. So we did what we could, but a learning experience, of course, always still.
No, nobody now.
Rozzy, both you and Myra at the line late, hit crucial free throws. What goes through your mind when you step to the line in that situation, knowing that the second half you haven't been shooting as well as you would hoped?
Okay. Me, I was there and I was kind of scared, but in my mind, I just got I'm always thinking about my grandma. So my grandma was on my mind. I was like, these games for her. Just like Coach said, the first game is the hardest. So we were really trying to push it through and got the W today. So that was always on my mind. And when I hit those free throws, I say, yes.
Well, I feel like in a situation like that, you can't think of past possessions. You always got to think next play, next possession. And in that moment, really, I wasn't thinking anything because, well, personally, once I start to think, that's when I'll start to mess up. So I'm just thinking, or nothing in my mind, just hit the free throws, focus, same routine, go through my routine and hit it.
Gotta see it go win.
See it go win.
Coach, what's said to the team after that third quarter? Really a rough quarter, didn't score much, really cold from the field. What was said in the team huddle at that point to kind of get them re-energized for the fourth quarter?
Well, we just told them they got to keep getting stops, that we were having a hard time stopping them, and we were getting good shots. They just wasn't going in. And, sometimes that happens, and you gotta, you just got to stick with what you're doing. And like I said, they were keeping us off balance a lot today, and we just couldn't get in a good rhythm. And, the first half we scored a lot in transition, which really helped us. And, we wasn't able to do that the second half as much. And when they kept us off rhythm like that, I think that kept them in the game. And then Whittington and 15 and those, they were able to drive on us and get to the basket and score easy. And that put some pressure on us towards the end of the game.
Looking ahead, 2 days, you got App State, a team that took a lot of delight in beating Little Rock in January, first ever win over Little Rock in their program history. They're going to come in wanting to keep that going. How do you adjust? And then how do you get your legs back with such a short bench?
Well, I mean, this is tournament time, and we do have a day off, so that's a big plus for us, I think. But we got to get ready for App. They came into Little Rock and got the W, and they got a good basketball team. They can score in a lot of different ways. They're pretty similar. Their defense is pretty similar to what we've seen today with Monroe. They play a matchup 2-3 zone where they get after you a little bit with a little bit more pressure. So, we got to have a good day at practice tomorrow and try to get ready for what we're going to see. And, I just feel when you get this first game under your belt, you can, get back to working and relaxing a little bit more and be ready to play on Friday.
And with the day break, does it make it seem like a little bit more like a regular conference weekend?
It definitely does. It gives you another day of preparation, instead of having to go back and just maybe do film work tonight and then, be ready to play tomorrow. We get a day to practice tomorrow. So I think that's, a good advantage for the team that's having to play today.
Couple more from Mitchell Gladstone here on Zoom for Coach. What about Whittington makes her such a challenge to guard?
Well, one thing, she's really good off the bounce, off the dribble. And then once she gets you so deep, then, she can rise above you and shoot it. And if you don't get after and keep her, I mean, she can shoot the three. So she's really versatile and does a good job when she's able to get in the paint.
And then one last one here for Rozzy. How does this group stay so calm, especially when your season's on the line?
I think I'm not gonna lie, we don't really be calm, but I think it's just a matter of keeping a positive mindset and a strong mindset and really just going into each game with with intensity, and with it being the end of our season, we just have to I lost my train of thought. Repeat the question, please.
Sure. How do you stay so calm knowing the season's on the line in this tournament game?
Okay, season's on the line, so we have to go into each game like it's our last, really. And so that's just the mentality we have to have and come to each game with intensity and whatnot.
Thank you guys. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.